Oh, hey, welcome back to Game Train Kitchen. Nigeria is playing in World Cup. Nigeria is playing France in the World Cup today, so today's going to be a Nigerian-inspired dish. I call this one Gizdodo. Giz because Giz is involved, and Dodo because that's fried plantain. Absolutely delicious dish. If your family didn't love you before, they'll love you now for making it. If they did love you, they'll love you more. So yeah, the things you're going to need to make this dish. Beach rice!
Alright, so this is the team that I use to season the chicken gizzards. Maggi, just use 1 or 2 cubes. Black pepper to taste. Habanero peppers depending on how spicy you like your food. Some people call them Scotch bonnets. Soy sauce, just a few drops. The main focus is the curry powder, so add that all over the gizzards. The cumin and coriander really bring the flavor together, but add that in moderation. This is the team for the stew you're gonna make. Cooking oil, chopped tomatoes in a tin, but you can definitely use them fresh. No cubes, use 1 or 2. Onions, you're gonna add that to the blender when you're blending the tomatoes. African palm oil, gotta have that in there. Habanero peppers, of course, and fish powder. If you're cooking for family or friends, I'd recommend 5 to 8. But if you're like a loner or something, then I guess 2 will do. I generally prefer using turkey gizzards to make this dish, but for this time I use chicken gizzards. This is 2 bags worth. Long grain rice, you can use white or brown. To keep it all in proportion, you want to use 3 bell peppers, red and yellow being more sweet and the green being a little more bitter. So go ahead and wash the gizzards. They can be tricky to clean, so you definitely want to be thorough. I'm about to show you a yellow piece on the back of some of them that a lot of people miss. There it is. That's a little one. They do come a lot bigger. Has a plasticky feel to it, and you definitely don't want that in your meal. So get the fire on and put some oil in there, just maybe a tablespoon, just enough to saute the pot with onions and garlic. Give it a shake and you're set to add the gizzards in. Give it a twirl after this, and essentially you want the gizzards to brown just a tiny bit before you add the water in. When you do pour the water in, pour it in so it's meat level and no higher. Then cover the pot for the boil, just in time for the kickoff.
Let's go. Why is Mikel playing? Where's the guy now? I beg, pass ball. Good boy. Let's go. No.
So I used 3 tinned chopped tomatoes to make the stew. Throw in your onions and throw in your habanero peppers. I also used 3 of those, and you're ready to blend. Give it a shake every now and again to make sure that you're blending everything down properly. If you chose to use fresh tomatoes instead of chopped tomatoes in a can, then you would just chop them up and then add them in the blender with water. Onto the plantains. I'm going to show you how I dice them up. Take off each head and make a slit down the middle and take off its covering. Make a slit down the middle and you want to go ahead and dice them up. You can actually make a 4-way slit, but that is up to you. Go ahead and put them in a container, a few dashes of salt, maybe 4 or 5, and shake them up. Get another pot, put the fire on, cooking oil, palm oil, just a couple of blobs, and then you're going to add the fish powder to it. Not too much, just to give it, extra flavor, make it taste all African-y. Give it a nice twirl, and then you're ready to add your tomato mixture from the blender. You can add tomato puree for a deeper flavor, but that is up to you. Give it a nice whirl. Then add your Knorr cubes. I used 2. This is another optional part. If you like your gizzards just a little bit crispy, then lightly fry them in a pan. If not, then just leave them as they are. And treat yourself to a gizzard or 2, because you deserve it. You've worked hard. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Onto the plantains. I use the deep fryer to fry them. I like mine dark. Then you're ready to transfer them to a bowl of kitchen towels to drain out the excess oil. Add the gizzards into the stew. And also add the plantains. We're almost there to the finish line. I used 3 red bell peppers. I cut them from the bottom because you want to circumvent the seeds inside. And then you just slit them like so. Just give them a few slits and then 1 cut in the middle. Add that to the pot as well. And you're done. This is what mine turned out to look like. Hopefully yours turned out similar. So here it is, plated up with the rice. Nigerian Gizdodo with the red bell peppers to garnish. Enjoy.